Today, we are getting into the mind of the quiet observer. If you've ever felt way more comfortable just watching from the sidelines instead of jumping into the middle of things, this is for you. We're going to look at that quietness not as some kind of weakness, but as a really complex and honestly powerful way of seeing the world.
So let me ask you this. Picture it. You're at a party, maybe a work meeting, any kind of social thing. Do you ever just find yourself kind of pulling back? You're not talking, you're just watching, taking it all in. If you're nodding along right now, yeah, you're in exactly the right place.
The world has a lot of labels for this, right? Oh, they're antisocial, or just shy, maybe even aloof. But what if those labels are completely wrong? Psychology gives us a much better way to think about it, a reality that's way more accurate. You're not aloof, you're a high-level processor.
Okay, so what on earth does that actually mean? A high-level processor. It sounds kind of technical, but it's not just a fancy term. It is the absolute key to understanding why you do what you do as a quiet observer.
It really all comes down to something called high cognitive sensitivity. And listen, this isn't about being bad at socializing. It is the complete opposite. Your brain is so incredibly good at it, so attuned to all the social information, that it's processing everything, every tiny little cue, every shift in the room's energy, and it's doing it all at the same time.
So here's what that actually feels like. While other people are just having a chat, your brain is working serious overtime. You're not just hearing words, you're tracking vocal tones for what's really being said. You're decoding those super fast facial expressions. You're analyzing why someone paused right there. You're sensing the emotions that nobody's even talking about. That is a ton of data for one brain to manage. And because your brain is doing all of that intense work, it leads us right to our first big idea, the high cost of socializing. Let's really dig into why a simple conversation can leave you feeling completely drained.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? For a high-level processor, socializing is never just hanging out. It's active, it's work, it's mentally expensive. It takes a huge amount of your cognitive and emotional energy. And this is exactly why an event that your friends find totally fun and relaxing can feel like a heavy task for you. It's not that you don't enjoy it. You might love the connection, but the sheer amount of data your brain is crunching in the background can leave you feeling wiped out later. So this brings us to a really, really important distinction we have to make. People often confuse needing to be alone with being lonely. But for the observer, being alone is how you recharge your batteries. It's like finding a silent room after a super loud concert. It's not sad, it's absolutely necessary. Okay, so we've talked about how overwhelming the outside world can be. Now let's switch gears and look inward. Because this preference for observing isn't just about escaping noise, it's also about protecting something that's already incredibly busy and engaging, your own inner world. See, as a deep thinker, your mind is already buzzing with activity. You're always processing, reflecting, connecting ideas. So constant chatter from the outside world doesn't always feel like connection. A lot of the time, it just feels like a frustrating interruption to your own thoughts. So when you choose to be quiet, it's really important to see it for what it is. You are not avoiding people. You're prioritizing your own mental and emotional well-being. It's a smart, healthy choice you're making to manage your own internal state.
And oh man, this is why small talk can be so painful. For a brain that's wired for deep meaning, all that superficial back and forth about the weather just feels emotionally flat. It's repetitive and it totally lacks the authentic connection you're actually looking for. You'd much rather stay quiet and wait for a conversation that actually matters.
All right, now we're going to go a layer deeper. Because sometimes this preference for quiet isn't just a preference. It can actually be a learned survival response. Sometimes silence is a shield you developed over a long time.
Think about it. If you grew up in a situation where every time you spoke your mind, you were judged or misunderstood or maybe just flat out ignored, your brain learned a really important lesson, didn't it? It learned that silence is safer. And so observation becomes your way of staying in control, of engaging with the world without putting yourself at risk.
By watching from the sidelines, you're essentially creating a controlled environment for yourself. You can figure out what's going on, understand all the dynamics, all without having to make yourself vulnerable. It's a brilliant strategy to protect your peace. Okay, let's pull all of this together. Now that we get the why behind the quiet, it's time to completely reframe this whole thing. It's time to talk about your quiet strength and how to start seeing this trait as your own personal superpower.
And I want to be really, really clear on this. Being a quiet observer, being a high-level processor, this is not a flaw. It's not something that needs to be fixed. It is a unique and incredibly powerful strength.
Because of the way your brain works, you have some amazing gifts. You see the little details that everyone else misses. You tend to approach people with a really gentle and deep understanding. You know instinctively what protects your own peace, and you've learned how to be really smart and selective with your energy. Those are superpowers.
And let's end on this powerful thought. You are not broken. You don't need fixing, just because you need space or you'd rather listen than talk. Choosing to observe isn't a failure. It is proof that you have learned exactly what you need to do to protect your peace.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Now that you can see your silence not as an absence of something, but as a deep and purposeful way of being in the world, what new things are you going to start noticing? About the world around you, and more importantly, about yourself.